Hi there everybody, welcome to another video. In today's video I have this Volvo XC70. This is a 2008 model which has this screen. I've taken it out, but it's usually sitting down, and it comes up for the navigation, and also it comes up for if you have a reverse camera fitted. So in this particular one, as you may be able to notice, my screen is faulty. The screen is faulty on it, and also if I engage reverse, you can't really see anything. So, but that's not the issue that the reason I'm actually changing this HD, is called HD something, HLDF, high level display front. I'm actually gonna change it for a second-hand one. But the problem I was having is that my air conditioning stopped working actually. The AC stopped working, and I was doing some reading and investigation. Some people had some videos on sort of similar issue where the AC stops working, and the reason it stops working is because the temperature sensor that's sitting in the mirror, so there's one in the mirror. In this case scenario, this is a right-hand drive, and I found that my temperature sensor is in the passenger side mirror. In some of the videos I found the temperature sensor is in the right-hand mirror, so you have to remove the mirror and just check for the sensor, which is sitting on the side and it's got some cables going to it. So that's how I found mine. But what I found is that wasn't the problem in my case. And also there is another temperature sensor which is called the ambient temperature sensor, which is sitting behind this little grill here. And that ambient temperature sensor, again, in my case, it was actually working fine. But when I had I had some fault codes in here. So what's happened is I removed the screen, I disconnected everything, and I found that the cables behind this machine were corroded, are actually corroded. But what I was getting is a fault code that is, it said internal temperature. Now this internal temperature, you can't find it anywhere, only in the high level display. So this high level display is monitoring the internal temperature of the car somehow. I'm not sure how it works, to be fair. But what I found is that it was reading minus 127. And since I disconnected it and reconnected it, it's actually showing me 18. So obviously whatever I done with it, by disconnecting it and reconnecting it and messing around with the wiring, is actually fixed the issue here, which is the original reason I was gonna change this display. I got another one there. When I changed it, the temperature was working properly, but since I fitted this old one to show you the problem I was having, it's actually fixed itself. So anyway, but however, the screen is still not working, obviously because some of the wires is still corroded inside. And you can see I do have a fault code for this screen, which is system internal failures, calibration parameters, memory failure. That's the fault code I have. And the calibration parameters, whatever this is monitoring, was reading minus 127 for the internal temperature, and it was disconnecting my AC. So it is an odd one, it is a weird one, but I've had it, and perhaps if anybody else is struggling with something similar, if you found that your temperature sensor in the mirror is okay and the temperature sensor in here is okay. This is an ambient temperature sensor, so that there must be the exterior temperature sensor. But as far as I'm aware, there is another temperature sensor that's sitting at the front of the car, which technically gives you this temperature here, which says 9C at the moment. And then this must be monitoring the internal temperature sensor, but because it was whatever faulty with this machine, it was actually saying minus 127. So now I'm just going to swap that with that, and I'm going to show you again, just going to show you that I can actually get rid of this fault, and again, and I'm going to show you the data stream, internal temperature, but obviously saying 20 now, so it's okay at the moment. So that one should be reading the same. But if you want to change your screen, if it's faulty like mine, you can just go ahead and also replace it with another one from eBay. They don't really need programming, they just plug and play. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this one. This is very easy to remove, by the way. All you have to do is lift this cover out, and this cover is just plugged in. So you would get like a small screwdriver and pry this open, obviously gently so you don't damage it, but this is quite hard. But saying that, it is quite difficult to lift it up as well, but you should be able to. I was able to do so, and this is a bit flexible here, so it goes in a little bit as well and lets you pull this out. And once you've done that, there's gonna be a few screws to loosen, and this thing will come out like so, and then you can just unplug it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the car off so that thing can go. Okay, I need to have it in park. So I'm just gonna let that screen go in and then disconnect it. And again, disconnecting this, it isn't the end of the world. Just press that clip there to take that blue connection out. Press the one on the side here to get this one out, and there's that little green, that little clip there as well. You press and you take that one out. So I'm gonna take that out and put the second hand one I got there. All right, I fitted the technically new screen. In order to remove the whole the screen out, you do need to remove this part as well, because the screen actually goes, it fits from underneath, and these two bits sit on top of that part, but the back of it is sitting under this cover, which has the speaker. So you do need to undo all the Torx screws and loosen the whole thing. So now let's get the new screen on. So there's the new, well, the used screen coming out, and you can see, obviously, if you know or you don't know, you do need the remote to operate that screen. So you have to press enter to be able to provided my, I don't know if maybe I need to start the car. It is an old system, obviously. It's a 2008. It's gonna be slow and everything else. And I hope this is working. Okay, there it is. Press enter. Maybe just takes a bit of time. You have, obviously you have different things there for your navigation, but you do need to operate it with this thing. And actually, if I point it there, it doesn't work. If I point it somewhere down here, it does. Maybe you have to point it there. That seems to be like the receiver. So anyway, if we actually check the temperature again, so that is saying 15 degrees, which is about what the temperature inside of the car is. So sorry for blubbering so much, but if anybody is facing a situation where you can't fix your AC you can't get your AC to work, and you've checked the sensor there and you've checked the ambient temperature sensor, then the other issue you could be having is that if this thing is not working in your car, then you might have the same problem. But having said that, the fault I was having when I was checking for faults on the whole vehicle, that's what I was getting, a HLDF fault code. And I was getting 2 fault codes because one of them was internal temperature and the other one was the one that I showed you guys earlier. So I should be able to delete the one now because so no DTCs anymore, because this screen is working. So having said all of that, I do hope this video helps. This particular car, if you left it parked, I'm just gonna check my system. If you left it parked for a while like I did, I mean, I had a water infestation here. The water was coming in from the windscreen. It was actually the rain coming on just on top of the windscreen was zipping in, and you can see the lines where it was coming in. And I left the car for a long time, almost a year, and so I had a massive puddle of water in there, which I had to remove the seat in order to access the down there and suck all the water out. And having done that, I've been drying the carpets. Now I'm gonna fit them back because now it's dried out. But what I was gonna say is down there, it's a main fuse box, like a body control module fuse box. If that gets wet or damp or anything, it's going to give you a lot of trouble. The car may not start, or you may see certain things disappearing from here. It's very complicated. So in fact I had to disconnect all the cables that go into that module, dry them out, because a lot of damp, it wasn't wet but it was damp, a lot of dampness was there, and that was causing a lot of problems to this car. So anyway, having said that, I hope the video helps anyone that might be having the same issue. My AC is now working, luckily, so at least I can say that has been sorted. But as I said, I hope the video helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video. So thank you for watching.